Hello, this is Skylar Rodriguez. Today is April 25th, 2018, and I will be doing the cow eye dissection. So let me just place my computer right here so that you can see. So I have my cow eye right here. Let me just get Alright, so first what I'm going to do is point out the sclera and the cornea. So as you can see, hold on, let me get, okay, so before I cut off like the Hello, this is Skylar Rodriguez. Today is April 25th, 2018, and I will be doing the dissection of the cow eye. So let me just bring this down here. Okay, so here I have the cow eye. So first what I'm going to point out is the sclera and the cornea. So this outer covering right here, the white covering is the sclera, and then if you look right here, this bluish grayish area, this is the cornea, which covers over the front of the eye. So what I'm going to do first is just cut away the fat and muscle, the fatty tissue and all the muscle. But I'm going to hold off on cutting the cornea only because I don't want to let out the liquid just yet. So I'm just going to kind of cut that away so that we can easily see a little bit more around. Let me just get that away. And I think at first you don't think that it's gonna be too hard, but it ends up, the muscle ends up being a little bit more tough than you think. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. Just all this right here, we don't need. Okay, so just this excess, I already cut some before, so just this excess muscle and fat. Okay, so I got away some of the, let me just get a little bit more of this. Okay, so you don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little incision into the cornea, only just so that you can see what's inside of it first. So here's the cornea, and I'm just going to make a little incision, and when I do that, you can see that there is some liquid that will come out of there. I don't know if, oh, there it is. Okay, so there's liquid in there. I'm just going to kind of let that seep out. It's a clear liquid. It's mostly made up of just water. And it's basically there because it makes up the shape of the cornea. So as I make the incision and as the liquid seeps out, you'll see that the cornea will actually like deflate. So when the liquid is there, it inflates and it'll make that roundish shape. Okay, so now that that liquid is partially out. Let me see if I can get any more out. I just don't want it to all be there because when I cut into it a little bit more, it might get a little bit more messy, like as I'm cutting. So what I'm gonna do is, anyways, so back to what I was saying. Now that I got that clear liquid out, by the way, it is called the aqueous humor, that clear liquid. And like I said, it makes up the shape of the cornea. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is make an incision in the sclera, which is the surrounding. And basically I'm going to cut the eye in half, but still leave the cornea facing outward. So it's going to just go this way, like that. So the incision goes in the sclera, like this. And I'm just going to bring it around in order to cut it in half. Okay, so it is now, oh, hold on, about to be cut in half. I think I needed a little bit more of that muscle away, but okay, so we got it cut in half. Okay, so now it is 2 pieces. Alright, so let me just get this out. Okay, so let me just get a little tissue. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. I believe this is the iris. I believe that's what it's called, if I can get it out without ripping. Okay, so now if this were, if the cow were alive, this would actually be more clear, but because it's obviously not alive, it has a more of a yellow tint, foggyish. So you don't really get to see it, but let me get, it's a little, so to find the iris, it is in this one, and I can tell that it is because the iris is found between the lens and the cornea. Oh, and by the way, that was the lens that it would be more clear, but because the cow was dead, it turned into a foggyish color. So here we go. Right there. And then you can see that it was sitting right on top of the cornea. It's like that. Okay, so now in the middle of the iris in the lens, you can find a little pupil, which is the center of the iris. But I don't know if I might have cut it off, because I don't see it. Let's see if I can. it. Okay. The last structure I want to find is the optic nerve, which I was looking for it before, and I didn't see it. So now that I'm looking at it now, don't know if I can see it. But those were several structures that I found particularly interesting. So we got the sclera cornea, the aqueous humor, which I know that's not a structure, but it is the liquid which plays a part in the cornea. And then I also stated the iris pupil, which is the center of the iris, which lets the light into the eye, and as well as the lens. The optic nerve, however, I'm not sure where that is here, and I cut away muscle and some of the fat and muscle, and I don't believe that I can determine which one it is. I mean, it almost looks like one of these right here, but I don't have like a clear view of it. So that should be it though. So thank you.